And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Grand Finals. Los Grand Finales here of KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, week number 34. If you're in the chat, predictions are now open, so place your bets on who you think is going to be this week's KSL champion. Will it be herO? Will it be NightMare? Up to you to decide. As spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Maturino Esports. It is NightMare. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the South Korean Protoss, representing CranKy Z Gaming. It is herO. It all comes down to this, the final series of this tournament, not of the day. We were casting ESL Americas this morning. But we were live with ESL Americas this morning. We have GPO later on tonight, and we have, of course, outside of GPO, we already have ESL Masters and WTL. Oh my god, we have WTL tonight as well. So KSL into Grand Platypus Open, into World Team League, into ESL Masters Americas. So back to back broadcasts. We're still not even halfway through. Beautiful. As we see herO doing his own best max impression, going for a gate expand into a cyber core. Very economic here from herO. Meanwhile, NightMare back at home. Oh, did he kill the probe? He did! He killed the probe! Let's go! The worker did go down across the map, so nice damage here from NightMare, but of course he does see that his opponent is already expanding. This wasn't even greedy opener, it was a gate expand, not gate cyber expand, so really greedy stuff here out of herO. NightMare going for his own expansion back at home, going for his own single gate opener. So, economic here, all around. Let's go. Let us go. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort something out, but yeah, both players just rushing into their economy. Very stark contrast to what we did see as well. As we are getting into this, and un momento. Save. Alright, we're good. As it's herO again going for something economic, NightMare as well. So the game is going to be settling down here in the early game. We do have a Stargate opener from both players. Phoenix first here from NightMare. We'll see if herO reciprocates, as herO has not scouted the tech. He's not aware of what is going on. Not quite fully aware of whether there's a Stargate or a Twilight Council on the way. I'm just sending some screenshots to just sending some screenshots to one of our lovely Korean admins. Beautiful. Do love it to see it, as yeah, the Phoenix is going to be moving out across said map. Back at home, we have an Oracle first out of herO. Unfortunate here for the Oracle to be coming out, because again, there are Phoenixes, plenty of them out on the field. It's going to be difficult for herO to actually get across the map to deal any economic damage himself. Phoenixes have been spotted by the Adepts. It's going to be on herO to try to find that damage. Being very active here, dragging these Phoenixes out of position. As the Phoenixes are revealed here on the left-hand side, we have the Oracle moving in on the right. Looking to bypass the army. Oh, the recall! Oh, will save the Stalkers in the end. Oracle diving into the natural base. The Phoenixes, they were out of position. One probe goes down, but only one. And we just recalled, which means this Oracle is going to go down. So NightMare, he now takes map control away from herO across the map. We tried to go into our own Phoenixes. It looks like we're transitioning into a ground army with Blink on the way. Twilight Council is done. And herO is contained to 2 bases. Up. Gonna be threatening a dive, and we get the Phoenix as well. A lot of losses here from herO. He's stuck on these 2 bases. NightMare, he is free to expand, and so far he isn't quite yet. I would love to see a 3rd base here from NightMare, being aware that herO is contained to 2 bases. That's even a full wall off as well. Adepts cannot make it in. Oh, hello, Kronos. Predictions are they not open? Predictions have already closed. They've already closed. You were too late. Predictions have already closed in the chat for this series. They were open at the start. As for now, again, hero is going to be contained. There we go. NightMare now going to be moving out with his probe to eventually expand and take that third. Blink Stalkers on the way from both players. Adepts will be threatening a shade. They almost make it in. Now, I do think that NightMare could have taken advantage of this third a lot faster. He does kill a probe, but herO getting a third base on par with his opponent is pretty huge. Does mean that more or less the players are on even footing. Even herO slightly ahead with those extra workers. And the game is going to be settling from here. As NightMare, he's going to be rotating back around. Looking at the units tab, NightMare, he is slightly behind in Stalkers. He has Phoenixes, which will add a little bit of complexity to his army. But he does have to be very wary of how he does rotate around. herO going to be threatening to come in from behind even. Yeah, as NightMare, he has arrived. He wants to try to punish this third base, try to contain herO to 2 bases. Here comes the surround. Okay, he dives on the army. He's going to get 1, going to get 2 Stalkers already. Oh, and this is going to be a rough fight, a rough engagement here for NightMare. He gets surrounded, completely shut down. herO just waiting for the opportune moment, and so many Stalkers fall. Ay, ay, ay. The engagement was insane. At the same time, NightMare tried to go for some Adept harass, but herO was in position. He shuts down the Adepts, and NightMare loses a lot of momentum. Again, he's down to 9 Stalkers compared to the 16 of herO. At the same time, herO, he's building up towards Immortals, +1, charge. NightMare is slightly ahead in those upgrades, so we'll have a slightly stronger timing here from NightMare. But herO, he's actually taking up even further, going for a Templar Archives. Now, Templar Archives will complicate things. With the introduction of Archons, Zealots are not anywhere near as aggressive. Sorry, Zealots, they aren't anywhere near as effective in these engagements. Archons will shut them down, depending on the positioning. And the game is settling once again. As both players just focusing on just getting their bases saturated. herO slightly ahead in tech with the Archons, and there we go. 2 Archons are on the way. Meanwhile, NightMare, he's going for a Swarm Toss composition. We've seen this before. We saw this against Classic, where NightMare, he relies on Zealots and Stalkers more than anything. No Immortals, no Archons, no Disruptors. Just a pure gateway composition instead. Now, to afford this, we skip the gases. We can see that herO, he's taken all 6. He's getting a 4th base. So is NightMare. But NightMare just staying on a lower gas count, relying a lot more heavily herO on Zealots. Also, because he hasn't taken these gases, he isn't taking anytime soon. Doesn't have the gas for it. And here we go. herO is pushing. NightMare, he now throws down a Templar Archives. Should be taking these gases soon as well. But herO's hitting first. He's moving out. So is NightMare. We could end up in a weird base trade. Recalls are available for both players. They can both turn back around. NightMare, he does turn back into his natural base. Caught here mid-height, almost on the low ground even. Yeah, the Archons are moving on forward. Zealots, they do close the distance. They're getting on top of some of these Stalkers. But the Archons, they go to town. They take down the Zealots. Only Stalkers remain. We dive on top of the army, and this is just becoming far too much. herO snowballing out of control. +2 did not kick in for NightMare. The Immortals behind this just going ham. And NightMare, he can't really engage, not anymore. Just too much of a deficit. The boys are being pulled into Archons. No! The Archon taking every single probe down. A bit of a desperation move. GG gets called, and herO will take game number 1. GG. Again, I'm sorry for being a little bit distracted at the start of the game, but regardless, GG, well played, congratulations. herO will take the first game. NightMare, unfortunately, was one step behind after losing his army. When NightMare tried to punch the third base of herO, he was just lured in. herO got a surround, cleaned everything up, and from that moment, herO was in the driver's seat. Up until that, NightMare had potential, especially with the Phoenix opener. There was definitely potential there for NightMare, but again, I don't think he was able to fully capitalize on his map control. I don't think he was able to, really capitalize on just his position of having control of the skies, control of the ground, containing his opponent. Third bases were pretty comparable to each other. And now we're getting into game number 2. Game número 2. I predict a toss will win. Yo, CJ, he knows, Bobby, he knows. Is this the final? Yeah. Finals, Bobby, finals. Here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have our South Korean Protoss, representing Matcherino Esports, down in the series, but it's a best of 5. We can fight back. It is NightMare. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss, representing CranKy Gaming. It is herO. Once again, going for the low ground expand, and so is NightMare. I love it. I'm curious if this is where the meta is going to start shifting. I know that currently in the map pool, it's very unsafe to do this, but we have a gate expand versus a gate expand. Does anyone go all in? Does anyone risk it here and commit to an all in, or are we going to be seeing an economic opener from both sides? I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it. Today will be cast marathon. Oh no. Will be a marathon battle. For now, both players are just being as annoying as possible, delaying the expansions. And this could lead in a couple of different directions, as herO is just bullying that probe out of the natural base. Not allowing it to come back in. Both players have taken their gases. Both players are going for the Cybercore first. With their gases being taken, this should be leading into a Stargate. Now, whether it's before or after the Nexus, yet to be determined. Up. As the pylon is thrown down, Zealots are being forced out. And this should be Stargates. And as a result, if both players throw down Stargates, then we could end up in Phoenix Wars. Which is something that does occur in PvP. There it is, Stargate thrown down for herO, Stargate thrown down for his opponent, the NightMare. herO, he lost his probe he doesn't see, meanwhile NightMare does see the Stargate. So if herO was aware of the Stargate opener of his opponent, then we should be getting Phoenix versus Phoenix, but because herO doesn't know, he may go for an Oracle instead, and he will be punished for it. Will be punished. If he opts to go for that Oracle. For now, expansions are going to be on the way, and we're going to be locked into Phoenix Wars. It's possible. Not the first time we've casted Phoenix Wars this week. Yeah, again, it is, I wouldn't say a common thing, but it's definitely something that we see in PvP from time to time. As we do have a Phoenix out of herO and an Oracle first from NightMare. Bold move. NightMare is the one who had the information. NightMare, he saw the Stargate. He still goes for an Oracle. Crazy. Adept makes it in. One probe goes down. Now, what I will say, as Adept shades away, is that because NightMare is still adamant about going Oracle, we will not get into Phoenix versus Phoenix. We will not get into the Phoenix Wars that some people, of course, are not too fond of, fond of watching, as they aren't as exciting as other army compositions. Twilight Council's on the way. NightMare, who wants to pivot away into Blink. Meanwhile, the first Phoenix is moving out. We have a second and a third on the way. Now, herO, he did see the Oracle. He is aware of the Oracle, so he has to be wary of it. He has to stay back at home. Doesn't want to get caught out of position. He wants to be ready here. But when the Oracle moves out, does see it. He does spot it. Second Stargate on the way. herO, he doesn't know about the blink. herO is going double Stargate Phoenix. Anticipating this, that his opponent is doing the same. As we dive in, we go for a full scout as well. We see the additional gateways. And we see that blink is being researched. Now, does herO commit to Phoenixes regardless? That's what I'm curious about. And it looks like we are. We are committing to Phoenixes. Oh, Dad's back at home. Is going to be dealt with as well. Oh, there it is. We cancel. Okay, that's what I thought. Once herO realizes that we're taking in a different direction, he cancels the second Stargate. Twilight Council's on the way. herO, he will be behind with blink. He'll be behind with his blink timing. But he at least has map control with these Phoenixes. Phoenixes, they get across the map. Going straight for the mineral line. Blink is not done. Not yet. And NightMare, he cannot keep up. Probes are falling one after the other. Oh my god. Full workers going down. Meanwhile, NightMare setting up a proxy pylon. This is looking more and more like a 2-base all-in. There we go. We have 3 gates in the main, 1 gate here at the natural, 1 gate across the map, 5 gates in total. And NightMare, he's just going to send it. He's looking to kill herO here and now with the blink timing. herO back at home has a shield battery. He's getting into Immortal production. He knows he's behind when it comes to blink. He needs Immortals desperately. Even a Dark Shrine on the way. NightMare doesn't have detection. He's pushing in. Oh no, Toast's pylon. Pylon powering so much. Stargate is exposed. It's all or nothing for NightMare. herO, the first Immortal, does pop out. We're not going for Void Rays. Dark Shrine's about to finish, and a Dark Shrine will or may just end the game. To be fair, there's no way to warp in across the map, so the DT is going to have to be defensive. Oh, the Cybercore. Ooh, Cybercore will go down as well. And we dive on the army. A lot of Phoenixes are being picked up. Boys are being pulled as well. The Immortal does pull back to the shield battery, to the overcharge, and it barely survives. The Immortal doesn't die. Oh my god. The Immortal refuses to go down. And finally it will fall, but a second Immortal arrives and NightMare gets cleaned up. We have reinforcements. We have additional reinforcements on the way. A lot of workers are falling, but NightMare's all in. herO isn't. He can't afford to lose some workers. NightMare, he backs off. He takes the third. Mate, that Immortal was crazy. It was insane just how many volleys it survived through. It did go down in the end, but did so much for herO there. Tanking so many shots. Third base is going to be delayed. Fun fact, still no detection. No robo. Now, there is a Stargate. You can make an Oracle, but DTs are coming. And this is brutal. No Oracle currently on the map. No robo, no forge. These Dark Templar may end it all. As NightMare, he's still hyperfixated on warping in across the map. Yeah, the DTs, they reveal themselves. Probes are going down. That's going to be a lot of economic damage. We have an Oracle on the way. NightMare, he's going to try to get out of this. He's going to try to commit here to his push once again. We dive with the Immortals. One goes down. One Immortal goes down. A second Immortal as well. We have a third, though, coming out just in time, forcing NightMare back. And NightMare's economy is crippled. There's almost nothing back at home. 15 probes fall. Oracle comes out. Good revelation. Oh my god. We even get the pylon. The DT waddles away. And looking at the economy here, we have 29 probes against the 41 of herO. herO still doesn't have blink, but he can still push out. He has map control. He has the stronger army. And NightMare, he's got a lot of catching up to do. NightMare has Blink. That's really all he has over herO. That's all he can work with. No mining here in the main base. Imagine if herO had 3 DTs. 1 for each mineral line. That would have been insane. 2 just cripples. NightMare doesn't kill him. But NightMare, he's still just on the back foot and looking for a way to recover. Now, when it comes to NightMare's position, how do we come back? DTs, disruptors, maybe even out positioning. If we have Blink Stalkers, if we're able to catch herO off guard, blink into the main base, for example, get some worker kills, depower some buildings, and recall back home. There are ways to come back in this game. It's just difficult, especially when you don't have map control. The problem is that NightMare's stuck at home. He's being contained here. We have Phoenixes just making sure that there is no move out, that there is no 4th base. Like, herO's just on top of everything. And NightMare, he's just trying to come back in a much more robust way. You know, Zealots, Stalkers, like a straight up game here out of NightMare. But here comes herO. Here comes his army. Blink now done for both players. Here is pushing it towards that 3rd. Again, NightMare, he was all in earlier, so recovering from an all in, especially after losing so many workers, is so difficult, and we dive on top of the army. Stalkers are going down. Overcharges pop. The force fields. Oh, my charge is not done. 5 seconds away. The Zealots go down. And herO, he can just wait out that overcharge and keep on pushing. Takes down the gateway. Takes down the cyber core as well, potentially. Oh, good target firing. Prism falls. Good pick off. The boys are being pulled. We go for a full surround. But we just barely have a standing army. The boys are going down one after the other. 28 workers fall. GG gets called, and herO will take a 2-0 lead in this series. GG. GG, well played. Shield battery has changed this game. Yeah, I mean, that shield battery was crazy. The MVP, I was gonna say that the MVP for herO was the Immortal. Really, it was the shield battery, the overcharge, keeping that Immortal alive. It took like 4 volleys to kill the Immortal. That is so much DPS in a way wasted on the Immortal. And when NightMare was all in, that was crucial. That was a crucial moment. NightMare, he was on 2 bases. He was looking to end the game then and there. And he just barely could not break herO. GG. Bad joke of the day. This must seem like a bad dream for NightMare. Awful, awful. You're an animal, Pop. You're an animal. I sleep. Good night, Slowbro. Good night. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. I know it's very late. It's very late in North America. So if you happen to be in North America, hope you get plenty of rest. If you're in the chat, don't stay up too late. We're almost done with the finals. So maybe stick around for that, but get plenty of rest here as we're getting into our weekend. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate, we have the South Korean Protoss player representing Matcherino Esports. Down in this series, he needs to fight back here and now. It is NightMare. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player representing CranKy Z Gaming. It is herO. herO wants both players once again going for gate expand. I love this. Going for these low ground gate expands. I do feel like, so it was I think a week ago when we saw some of the Koreans embrace this a little bit more. It looks like everyone has finally recognized, especially in this map pool where there are very few ramps leading into the natural. It's like, you know what? Maybe MaxPax was right all along. For years now, MaxPax was the only player to do this, the only player to consistently go for gate expands on the low ground. And now finally, after what, 2-3 years, the rest of the scene is catching on. The rest of the scene, the Koreans at least, are embracing this more economic greedy opener that MaxPax has been doing for so long, and they're doing it themselves. It feels good. This is progress. This is the evolution of PvP. course, MaxFax is always one step ahead, definitely, but now everyone's catching up. Everyone is catching on. So gate expand here from herO. NightMare going for a Cybercore first. This is why hero's expansion is that much earlier. It was before the Cybercore. NightMare instead, likewise also a single gas. NightMare instead went double gas into Cybercore, and his expansion is going to be later. Now, because NightMare has this additional gas, he could go for an all-in. NightMare, he doesn't have to expand. He could go for an all-in as a response. Pylon is thrown down. Probe is getting in position. Are we going to throw down the shield battery? Up! Up! Ooh, no, we cancel. Cancel the pylon. No shield battery here from NightMare. Still no expansion. And here we go. It is going to be a Stargate opener here from herO. There it is, expansion finally on the way. So NightMare is not going for a one base all in. It looked like he may, but is going to be expanding. And hero's taking this seriously. Shield battery's on the way. Like herO, he hasn't seen the base. He doesn't know what's going on. He needs to find out. Here comes the hallucination. Oh, sorry, the shade, the adept. Likewise, NightMare pushing across the map. Adept shades in, and herO should have seen the base. But he sees the lack of tech. There's a Stargate on the way. He should feel safe. Seeing the Stargate especially, like that screams macro play. Across the map, NightMare trying to break in, but the wall is looking solid. herO does confirm the expansion. Oh my god, not just the expansion, 3 probes go down! This should not have happened, but there was only one Stalker back at home. herO with his control does get quite a lot done here. That's a late expansion. 3 probes going down, but NightMare, he goes for the pylon in the main base, but it gets scouted! It gets found out. The probe goes down, the pylon will fall as well. NightMare just trying to whip out every trick in the book, but it's not working. Not against herO. herO, he is the best Protoss in Korea. One of the best in the world, and he will shut this down. Behind this, we're taking up into a Twilight Council. Am I crazy? NightMare. This is a little bit desperate. Fun fact, no, the Oracle's coming in. NightMare, he went for a Stargate opener. NightMare didn't make anything out of the Stargate. The Oracle comes in, gets eyes on the Dark Shrine. Probes are going down. herO sees everything in the main. Oracle's going to be zoned away. Could even go down, but the Revelation just confirms it. Forcing a... God. Not like this. So NightMare, he's down in economy. He's behind in tech. Went for a Stargate. Didn't make use of it. Forced to cancel the Dark Shrine. Now getting into Blink, but this is a very late Blink here out of NightMare. Back at home, herO, he throws down additional shield batteries just in case. He knows how far ahead he is. He can afford to throw down some shield batteries. Immortal production underway. Second Oracle comes out. Void Rays have hit the field as well. Again, Void Rays, they're ideal in the early game defensively against an all-in. So it looks like herO was anticipating an all-in, and he's just looking for proxies. Just making sure there's nothing on his side of the map. And now with 2 Oracles, we can one-shot workers. Stalkers, thankfully, are in position. NightMare shouldn't lose much here in the main. His natural, likewise, shouldn't lose too much here either. There are Stalkers in position. So NightMare, he's secure in 2 bases at least, but herO should be expanding. There we go. Third is now on the way. Blink should be on the horizon for herO. He does have a Twilight Council +1. Blink hasn't started yet. herO was focusing on his 3rd base, and there it is. Not Blink, Charge. Do love to see it. So it's going to be a Charge Lot Immortal composition, Charge Lot Immortal Archon. For those wondering, basically herO is skipping Blink. Blink is good. Charge Lots can be better. Charge Lot Immortal specifically. Those wondering, Zealots, they take a lot of Stalker hits. They're so tanky, so beefy against those Stalkers. Oh my god. No shot! herO, he denies the 3rd with the probe. Oh my god. This is disgusting. That's a kill, not a cancel. Probe goes down, but that was this late in the game as well. Este herO. Ay, ay, ay. Oracle goes down in the main. So that's a bit of a win here for NightMare. herO cannot one-shot workers anymore. So that is finally something going NightMare's way. Behind this is getting into his own charge. Forge for +1, which will be later than that of herO's. God, and this army is terrifying. It looks a little bit weird, like it's a bit of an amalgamation. We have Stalkers, Sentries, Void Rays, Immortals, Charge Lots. It's a bit of everything. Bit of a kitchen sink, but there's a lot of power here. The Prism! Oh my god, he wants it! Jesus. Prism almost goes down. An abomination, Poppy. An abomination. Let's go. As herO is going to be pushing. Again, this army doesn't have a lot of finesse, but it has a lot of firepower. And here we go. We dive on top of the army. No overcharge. Base isn't done. And we just bully back the Stalkers. Void Rays and Immortals chasing this down. They take down the shield battery as well. Overcharge runs out immediately. And from here, we can rotate back towards the third base. Shield batteries are depowered. NightMare is setting up for a surround. But pushing into this is still so difficult. But herO's being pulled apart, and herO should back off. We have reinforcements. Looks like the War Prism did go down. We just turn back around. We focus on the fight. Take down some Stalkers. Nexus taking a lot of hits. 22 pros went down in the main. The Oracle going ham. The Oracle wreaking havoc in the main base. herO just pulling NightMare apart. NightMare, he may have done well making it this far. He took down Solar. He took down Classic. But he cannot take down herO. GG, well played. herO will take the series 3-0 and become this week's KSL champion. GG. GG, well played. A dominant performance here from herO, looking strong, not just in the finals, but in almost every single series. As we have a look at the brackets, as herO, he took down NightMare, he took down Gumiho 2-0. The only person to take a map off of herO today was Firefly. And we always praise Firefly. We always praise Firefly on this channel. He's arguably the best Protoss player in Asia, not including South Korea, but including Southeast Asia and the rest of Asia. Firefly, he has beaten herO before, and he almost beat herO in that PvP. But outside of Firefly, no one else could touch him. As herO, looking strong, looking in form, looking dominant in the finals. Congratulations. Congratulations to herO. Congratulations to those of you that did bet on herO as well. Or predict, I should say, in the chat. The Gamba was strong. For those predictions was in favor of herO. I think it was like 60-30. 66-33-ish. And yeah, with that wraps up our second broadcast of the day. Second of the day, but plenty more to come here. Quickly checking our calendar. We are going to be live in how long? We're going to be live in 2 hours and 40 minutes. Just under 3 hours time. We're going to be live on this channel again with Grand Platypus Open. GPO. If you're wondering, the hell? The platypus? Big platypus? Grand platypus. Grand platypus. It is our own tournament that we do host and run. It is a region lock tournament. As you can tell from the name, it is region locked to Oceania, Southeast Asia, and the rest of Asia as well. It does not include players from South Korea or Europe or the Americas. It is region locked just to support some of the smaller regions in the scene. Just to support some of the players that do need it as well. No, shout out to Chicken Man and Dave Testa. They run and host KSL to support the Korean scene. We do what we can for some of the other smaller scenes in StarCraft. So if you're interested, that's going to be in less than 3 hours. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. If you want to support the KSL, !KSL in the chat, as that will give you a link to the Patreon. For those wondering, this tournament is funded by the community for the community. If you want your hands on these replays, replay packs are available on that Patreon or in that Patreon, so you can get your fix in if you want to learn how to play like these players, if you want to emulate them, if you just want to even just look at them yourselves or cast via replays. then we got you covered with the Patreon. Check it out. It's amazing. It is beautiful. Otherwise, thank you so much everyone for watching. Thank you so much everyone for tuning in, for checking out this event. A bit of a shorter broadcast today. Less than 3 hours. Usually KSL is 3 to 4 hours, but the games today was so fast. So much aggression here. Dark versus Classic was over in like 15 minutes. Same with like this finals of a PvP, over very quickly as well. So a bit of a shorter broadcast today. But I'm okay with that because we have a lot of broadcasts. It gives me more time to get some food, have a shower, rest up, and get ready for the rest of the night. Because in 3 hours we have GPO. After that, we have World Team League. After that, we have ESL Masters Americas. So a lot to cast. A lot to cast today. We're always busy over the weekend, and hopefully we can make it. Hopefully we can survive. Right now, I'm running off of 4 hours sleep. I slept for 4 hours in between our stream this morning in KSL. Was able to sleep 4 hours, and I don't think I should nap right now, but maybe I'll get some coffee. Maybe I will get some food. 100%. I'm starving. I will get some food and be ready for GPO. Otherwise, thank you so much everyone for watching. If you want to support this tournament in another way, we do have Matcherino. There is a link to the Matcherino page in the chat. So that's a way. Sorry, the Patreon is a way to support the entire tournament series. If you want to support this specific weekly tournament, Matcherino is the place to do it. Codes are available. So make sure you click on those codes and you get that going. So we have plenty of free codes there for Matcherino. Otherwise, thank you so much. We do appreciate the support. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid, another regular and supporter of the channel. So give Babyling some love and support. Good friends, a good friend here of the Ducklings. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in a couple of hours for GPO. Until then, hasta luego. Bye. Hasta luego.